What's up, YouTube? It's your boy CJ back here today with another video. Today I'm with my dad, and we're gonna be doing a review on Nas's new album. They just came out. This is Nas's 13th studio album. Nas had features from Lil Durk, Charlie Wilson, Big Sean, Don Toliver, The Firm. He had Flavio Form. Who else he had on this album?
So who's the B guy?
DJ Brucey B.
Right.
Anderson .Paak.
Right.
And then, of course, Hit Boy. This album was one of my favorite Nas albums. Okay. I think this is one of Nas's best produced albums. Okay. Some notable songs on the album that I really liked was, Car Number 85. That was really dope with Charlie Wilson. I liked the song Replacement with Big Sean. I think Don Toliver was excellent on there. It sounded like LMA. It sounded like LMA should have been on that song, but the way Don Toliver was on it, he bodied that whole song, and that's probably my favorite song on that album.
I think it was best for them to put
LMA.
No. It was best to put the guys to put a different feel on it. Yeah, I think that was more of a production feel for those guys to say, you know what, we're not going to use her because they'll know what she sounds like and it sounds used to. Then it's like a remix for her. As Nas just putting some lyrics on there. But by them just running the guy on there, it gave it a different feel.
A very different feel.
It was good. You know what I mean? It's all about, that's producer. That's what producer does. That's what they supposed to do. They get paid to do that.
Right. So how did you like the album?
Oh, it's a great. I don't even want to say it, man.
What?
This album, and by that being they're trying to label contemporary, but this might be a classic, Doc.
I think it's a classic already. I think it's kind of early to say it, but I mean, from production wise, the way Nas was flowing on those beats, the connection him and Hit Boy had, the chemistry, was immaculate. Like I've never, besides Illmatic and
I can go on and on.
Other albums that he had I think this is you could put this as like a top 3 Nas album.
Yeah,
that's up there for me. I don't know if I'm just saying that because it just came out, but far as production wise and the way he put the whole body of work together, the features and everything sounded great. Nothing sounded out of place. Like he grabbed new artists and he had old artists on there, but it was like a new
grabbing artists I didn't even think he would even deal with.
Yeah, I didn't know he would do a song with Lil Durk, and Lil Durk's verse should have been longer. I like the whole song they did. Like,
but I guarantee you, Nas set that out like that because you have to. Sometimes you gotta. I bet you arranged that whole album. So whatever who's done what on those hooks or whatever they done what and they participate inside the album. Yeah, you better believe Nas had full control over that. So I think everything came out the way he wanted to come out.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. Especially the first song, King Disease, starting off. That whole beat was dope. Yeah. What other beat was dope? The Car Number 85. That was dope. That was dope. Having Charlie Wilson on the ad libs. 27 Summers is another one.
The Blue Bands was. I mean, you can go through the list. But the King Disease was dope, and it was basically he was talking to you and talking about about how to take care of your body and
different rich foods that you should be eating. Yeah,
most definitely, because that's just Nas is doing Nas, but it sounds so great now because it's appropriate. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Thanks to Conway Machine, those guys.
Conway Machine, yeah, I got you.
Because they put the hip hop, the boom bap, the feel of certain type of rap now to a point that the youth can listen to it without saying it's dated.
Yeah, because that's how I felt. Like I always like Nas, but you go back to certain album stuff, it's dated. You can't really, I can't really relate to some of the stuff he was saying back then. But now he takes some of the like the newer prominent topics and mixing them with the old school type flow and bring it together, and it sounds great. It really sounds great. Like the song Ultra Black that he had. He was talking about a lot of real stuff on that song.
Right.
I feel like that was a dope song.
Yeah, let me ask you something, man. I really want to ask you, and I want to understand this. The difference between your generation, my generation, there's a disconnection with information, right? Mm-hmm. So when we were coming up in my generation, we sat down, we put the tape on, mm-hmm. or the CD when it got, because I was still a young man then. And we went through to see who the producers and who they think on just everything on the back of the album, mm-hmm. or the credits. The credits was everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, what I really is getting at is that we study hip hop. Mm-hmm. We study rap. I don't care if it was from the base to Miami. I don't care if it's from the Rap-A-Lot in Houston. Mm-hmm. We didn't care if it was from Atlanta, MC Shy D. I'm going to these great guys that back then. We didn't care where you were from. If you had a talent and a gift, mm-hmm. you studied the artist and you studied the production and you move on. And this is how you become. And if you're in love with something, you get to learn it and know it. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, I pop it in the microwave, it's done, I really don't care, it's good now. And this is why mm-hmm. it's very important that Nas get the accolades, because he's been out here for a minute, Doc.
Yeah, I think as far as my generation goes, kids, they don't really study the game as much. They just hear a song. We're just into the melody, the sound of the beat. I think it's a disconnect, like you said. It's not like it used to be. I don't know, because back when you were growing up, hip hop was kind of freshly new. I mean, it still is a new genre, but back then everybody was like more into it, and it was more of like a culture, like a culture wise. It was like a new culture coming in, so more people was into it. As far as like being in your blackness and things like that, you're more influenced by some of because when you were growing up, they were talking about things that you were actually doing and seeing in your neighborhood every single day. And they had rappers out there that was speaking positivity, like you have the Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, who was out there? Public Enemy was out by that time. You had a lot of rappers speaking positivity. As from now, everything is totally different. Most rappers are not talking about that much positivity, so people my age can't really get with that, so they just vibe to the melody of the song and the melody of the beat.
You say it was totally what?
Totally different.
Okay, that's the word.
Yeah.
The key word is different. And when I was coming up, everything was different.
Yeah. But
you're coming up.
It evolved. Well, I don't want to say evolved. Well, it kind of evolved.
Nothing everybody sound the same.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And back in the day, it was like a curse. It was like a no. You knew. If you go back to Wu-Tang, mm-hmm. you go back to a lot of people, don't shark my shit.
But I mean,
excuse me, don't shark it, because they don't want you to bite it. Mm. You cannot sound like anyone else that you felt that you were trying to bite their style. Now, everybody run with the same tone, mm-hmm. the same melodies.
You think it's because the majority of the artists are from the South, and that's what that Southern sound is? So that's why a majority of the artists sound the same?
No. Do we got Big Grit?
Big Grit?
Do we got a lot of the other artists do we got Outkast down there?
Okay, yeah.
We got Baby, right?
Yeah.
Do we have a lot of Atlanta artists mm-hmm. that don't sound the same? They just don't.
I think.
I mean, rapping,
but
wise, it's still the same.
Rapping wise, like I'm saying, back today, majority of all the Southern rappers sound the same, And back then, it was different. Everybody was trying to rap, because they said some dudes from the South would sound too country, so that's why Outkast was trying to actually spit, be lyrical. Wasn't sounding like New York, but back then it was in style to spit, to be lyrical. But now today, everybody has this one, like same melody type thing. It's like a Southern sound,
and that's the point.
And that's what it was back in the day. It was everybody was trying to sound like, I want to say they would sound like New York, but everybody was being so lyrical.
Because New York was Mecca, and if you wanted to get on anywhere. If you wanted to be a rapper, you had to have content and you had to be saying something. So I don't care where you was from around this globe, as long as you had a flow, and as long as you are able to keep the ear of the consumer, it worked. You had a lot of people from Florida that wasn't like that. You know what I mean? They had songs like these, man. What was these guys? They was called Broncos, Benz, BMW, Bengals, and the Carabas. It was seeing us walking up down the aisle. You act like we are stars. But I'm saying, though, it was the jingle, but also people liked it.
Yeah.
Right? So I understand that. And like I'm saying, but study hip hop. And then when you study hip hop, then you can understand why I say what I'm saying about Nas and he won't be dated. Yeah. Because if you study good artists, let me ask you a question. Do you think Nat King Cole dated? You think Michael Jackson dated? You think Prince dated?
Timeless music.
Okay, so hip hop can be timeless music. We got to stop putting that umbrella on it. We got to stop saying that.
I just think it sounds old. As far as hip hop goes, from the beat, that classic boom bap, that sounds old. Like the music is still good music, but it sounds dated.
So what you say about instruments then? That's in songs now, when that's just computer.
When you hear certain songs like, it's different. As far as like from comparing, like I'm playing a Michael Jackson song now compared to like a hip hop, because it's two different. Like I don't know, it's weird. As far as the beat making goes and instruments goes, it sounds older than
totally understand you
today.
Totally understand
so
you.
That's why But I'm glad Nas is back, and him and even Jay-Z. So when Jay-Z drops, they incorporate new school beats and things like that, and they still talk about new and prominent topics that's going on today that most people can relate to.
Well, that's what hip hop started off of. Anyway, you had to start to talk about the elements in your environment.
Right.
But back to Nas' album.
Yeah, Nas.
It's a great album. And I don't think you'll be bored with it. I know we got counted off to a loss, but I was just trying to, we were talking about Nas not being dated, and that's how we went a little bit right and left. But it still goes back to our point by him being an artist from the 90s and not sounding dated. It's a great album, and I appreciate Nas for all the work he's done on this one.
Yeah, because Nas been out for what? Like 30-something years?
Probably like 93, probably 92. A lot of times a lot of artists don't come out, because he came out on main source that I heard of. You know what I'm saying? That Live at the Barbecue. So
with Large Professor, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah, so
Large Professor, I got that album.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then that's where it started for me, because Bounce, you start hearing about new artists coming out.
Right.
And you heard it then, and then whenever Nas dropped the first album, that's who they refer back to. He's the artist from Lost for First, so Live at the Barbecue.
Yeah, I think for me, I was just, Nas is lyrical, so I was expecting great lyrics, but I don't think I wasn't expecting this production wise. I know I keep saying, but Hit Boy did an excellent job on this. Like you would think Kanye, like you say, you would think Kanye.
I thought Ye did a lot of tracks on there.
You thought Kanye was the producer on this album.
So I said Ye. Yeah, I think Kanye did a lot. I thought he did some assistant producing. It's just something about this guy here. He has a great ear.
He has a great ear. Yeah.
That's what you call a good producer.
Right.
Because he can make it seem, and it took Nas away, like you said, from the type of tracks that Nas like. Yeah. And it pulled him in a different era. Like, you know what? We're going to use these tracks that give a little, that's up to,
a newer school feel.
Yeah, most definitely.
A lot of people say, Nas is a bad beat picker. He don't pick good beats.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Because that's what makes Nas what he is. Because a lot of those songs is like Nas is like that song.
See, that's dope.
But those be songs or tracks that he picked.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what makes Nas the artist that he is today. So
yeah, so like I said before, I'll rank this probably like, this was better than his prior album. This was better than Nasir, don't you think?
Yeah.
This is kind of similar to his Life Is Good album. The song, he had that song Daughters on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to this album. But I feel like this would be like a top 3.
You like Life Is Good?
Yeah,
it was all right. You know what I mean?
I'll put a top 3. I think you got Illmatic. It was written. Well, I would say it was written Illmatic because I like It Was Written more than Illmatic. It was written Illmatic, and then you'll have this, which is King Disease.
Okay.
This is a dope album. And Nas he outdid himself. This is I feel like so far this is one of the most best albums of the year. Just lyrically, right, for hip hop it is.
Yeah,
because no one has really dropped an album with just straight lyrics and just great production.
You got both worlds on there.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Your King Disease was good. Was a great song. You had the Blue Bands was good, right? Mm-hmm. And I like that track. That was dope.
Yeah,
I like all the tracks he had. Yeah, the Cardi 5 was great.
Yeah,
and with Charlie Wilson.
Yeah, the Soul is the Full Circle song with the Firm, and he had Dr. Dre on the end of the song.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed in it.
Why?
Because Nas, Cormega, AZ, I think Foxy should have did a little more
better. I heard about that. I heard people saying that.
No, because because it was more of trying to prove herself. She didn't have to do that.
Right.
I think if she went more with the experience of what she went through,
right,
because it was called Full Circle.
Yeah.
So she could have been a double entendre of a full circle of her full circle. Mm-hmm. Now that would have been dope. Just talking about her experience.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been dope, but she seemed like she came off more, still trying to prove herself to somebody, and she don't have to because she's great at what she does. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And but it was still good. It was a still good song.
Great album.
And Drake came at the end, and he put an anchor on it. Mm-hmm. And I heard people say they didn't really care for it, but
it was a good surprise.
He was saying he birthed that, and we were basically saying that that's what it was. But the track was dope.
It was dope.
But you ever notice that too? Didn't that beat sound like a Dre beat?
Yeah, like I said, that beat sounded familiar. I heard that beat.
But I'm saying, that sounded like a Dre beat though.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It's Hit Boy. So you see how he done it?
Yeah, Hit Boy executive produced the album. He did all of that. I don't see in the credits or nothing like that. I don't see nothing by Dr. Dre. I think everything was produced by Hit Boy.
Right.
But Hit Boy did a great job. He did an outstanding job, and I hope he works with more artists. Say if he works with Nas again, now that'd be great if they did, another album together because they got great chemistry.
But the whole thing is, I heard that him and Big Sean is coming out, and he did that track.
He did it. Yeah, he did a song with the Big Sean and Nipsey.
What happened is his time now.
Yeah.
How some producers come out and this is their grand entry until he been doing tracks, but to be on Nas and to do Big Sean. And I can't wait to hear Big Sean album too.
Yeah.
But that 27 Summers is dope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What about number 6?
Number 6, Replace Me with Big Sean and Don Toliver. That's what I was saying earlier. Don Toliver killed that song. Yeah. I feel like Big Sean. I was a Big Sean track. You could tell. Big Sean was dope. I just feel like he could have sped a little bit more, give us a little bit more, metaphors.
Yeah.
It was kind of his verse was kind of but the song was dope. The song was dope.
Right. Yeah. So To the War's Won.
Yeah.
With Lil who?
Lil Durk.
Yeah.
Dirk killed that for sure.
Dirk did his piece on it.
Yeah, and it was still talking about prominent topics that are happening today.
Most definitely, and I think that's basically what I'm saying about Nas. Mm-hmm. He was able to touch a situation that's familiar with Dirk and also use him, which was great.
Through certain situations,
The All Bad joint was Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
Was nice.
He's a nice
and he's an underrated artist, man, because that's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. What he's doing is timeless. Mm-hmm. An average person won't get it when they listen to Anderson .Paak.
I was the first person. I wasn't,
But what I'm saying is a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But true people and true a person that knows music is going to like him.
Yeah, for sure.
He's creative, very much so. He's a young prince on the making because the young brother can do it all. I heard.
Yeah, for sure.
So you got your the definition. Mm-hmm. That's that Brucey B joint.
Yeah. That
kind of reminded me of Skate Ring at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah.
That was dope. And then you got the Full Circle. That's that AZ joint we was talking about. Mm-hmm. The Firm joint we was talking about.
AZ's dope. He had the dopest verse on there.
Oh yeah, he was flawless.
He was flowing. He
was flawless. It was AZ was in his bag. I like AZ.
Yeah, he's dope.
AZ is, you don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
Then you got was that the
10 Points was on there. Yep, that was a dope song.
You know that Cure joint, man. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. when they switch up on you.
Yeah.
When they say bring the credits.
Mm-hmm.
So much of a Nas joint.
Yeah,
Just
that's what I think.
People don't listen to. I mean, you got to appreciate the breakdown and the change ups in certain songs.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a movie. It had you on one topic. You moving, and it seemed like you going to the store and you got the music, and then it just another theme song. It's like a theme. He had 2 theme songs in one.
Right.
That was so dope to me, man.
That was.
That's actually, to be honest with you, that's one of my favorite tracks on there.
That's your favorite track?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cure.
I feel like he didn't have a bad song in this album. I could go back.
I could tell you one thing. Now Fabio. Now you know I like that whole crew, right? That Pop Smoke was with, right? I think Fabio could have did a little better with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he's not that type of artist though. When you
don't make no difference. Listen, and this is another thing. You have to respect. That's like a artist goes in a studio to record with Michael Jackson, or to record with whoever the biggest artist is, right? And even though you think he's out of date and he might not be the caliber he was back then, but when you get an opportunity, this is like this. It's like an opportunity you be in a room with Jay. You got little money, you got big money. You need to gain from them.
Yeah.
When you sit down with a big artist or someone special that you know that you will ever get that opportunity,
right,
you must put that pen game to 10. You must start doing what you have to do. You got to give your all when it comes to being able to be in a room with an individual like that. Nas, his legacy is laid.
It is.
And we're not talking about a regular artist. We're talking about an artist that everybody respect.
One of the greatest rappers of all time.
He's
up there for sure.
He's there. In my 90s, he's number one.
Yeah, you can argue
my 90s is number one. That's my one of the best rappers. Now in my late 80s and the 90s, that's not number one. So yeah, it's like that. So
he's top 5 for sure. But I kudos to Nas for this album. He did a great job. Shout out to Hit Boy as well. Like I said before, Hit Boy did a great job. I would definitely replay this album. Since it came out, I played it 3 or 4 times.
No, I bounce every day. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I'm at work, I put it in because it gets you going because everything is different. And then he spit that knowledge and he's educating
you on certain
and he's
things.
Talking. And that's what happened to a lot of the artists. They don't talk to the kids anymore. They talk to them instead of speaking with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's easy to just to spew out words, but yet it's hard to get the attention of the youth and get them to understand. And it could be another young person.
Yeah.
You have to actually start doing better. And nobody living like that no more.
Right.
You speaking on somebody else's lives, or you trying to uphold this type of lifestyle as a gangster. But like I say, and I always say this, it's not the person, it's not the gangster who can war, it's the gangster who can hold peace.
Yeah.
That's a gangster.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Yeah. Because it's hard to hold peace.
Right, because
it's
anybody
easy
can
to
go
war.
war. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, this is overall a great album. Shout out to Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great album. So, I hope you can see this. The story
right.
that
you got
two generations and yeah, I mean to get it out there and to see it, because you don't have too many artists like that that's coming out and you're the main topic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sure. And I know Nas knew he had something, but I don't think he thought it was gonna be this receptive to.
I think he knew he had to come out with another one, because when you dropped that prior album, Nasir, not too many people were feeling it like that. It was okay. It was an all right album.
Yeah, but Life Is Good was like that too. What I'm saying to you, if you're a fan, you can understand.
Yeah.
He just want to make good music.
Right.
But I don't think he knew this was going to be that album.
That album, yeah.
I know he did. Okay, I did some good work on this. But you know what? He had to know because
the way
you know what I mean,
production wise and feature wise, certain people he got for each song.
Yeah, he handpicked them.
Yeah, for sure.
And I bet you Hit Boy had a part of that too.
Probably did.
You know what I mean? Because every track was tailored to the feature that was on there.
Yep, it was. Yep, you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that concludes today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Until next video.
Run it. Hands in the air now. Hands in the